Grace and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon and today I've got a very exciting book to share with you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jayne Allen. This book is set to come out on September 28th this year. And if you clicked on this video and you hear me say that, you might be thinking, wait, I've already read that book? Well, that definitely could be because originally this book was self-published by the author. She published 3 books and they just picked up such traction that it attracted the attention of a major publisher, HarperCollins, and they gave her a 4-book deal, which included the republishing of the first 3 books that she had written in this trilogy. And from what I can tell, that is very uncommon, very like 1 in a million sort of situation to have an already self-published book picked up by a major publisher. Now, I was lucky enough that HarperCollins reached out to me and asked if I would like to read and review an advanced copy of the book. Like I said, it doesn't come out till September 28th. And obviously, I was like, absolutely I would. So they sent that along. I just finished reading it last night and I can't wait to tell you about it. But before I do, I just wanted to touch on the author. She seems like such a fascinating woman. I was doing some reading about her. She's a lawyer, graduated from Harvard Law. She went on to work with Universal Music Group, I think it was, and she was an attorney for many major musical artists. Lady Gaga, I think, was one. She went on to just really dabble in all different kinds of facets of the entertainment industry. Even she did a bit of stand-up comedy, and I just think that's so cool. I love when people try out as many things, you know, trying to find what brings them joy. I love hearing about that. And, you know, from lawyer to stand-up comic, now to author, I just think that's really great. So let's get on into the book because I can't wait to tell you guys about it. This book centers around a young woman named Tabitha Walker. She's in, I think, her early 30s. And right at the beginning of the book, she gets some bad news. She's having fertility issues. She has many fewer eggs than a woman of her age should have. And her doctor basically tells her, like, it's time to get this show on the road. You either have to start having babies basically yesterday, or you need to consider some of your options, such as freezing your eggs to use at a later date. Now, for Tabitha, this really kind of catches her off guard. She was not expecting to hear that today. And, you know, she's not married. She's been dating this one man for over a year, but they're really living separate lives. They're not living together or anything like that. They see each other, you know, once a week, usually on Saturdays. And other than that, they just kind of text throughout the week. So while it's a long-term relationship, it really feels pretty casual. Definitely not somebody she's about to immediately start having kids with. We get to know the other players in Tabitha's life. There's a lot of great characters in this book. We meet her beloved grandmother, who is also her namesake. They are both Tabitha Walkers. And what's interesting too is her grandma, Tabitha, is white. So that's her dad's mom. And as the book goes on, I absolutely love seeing their relationship together and the way that her grandmother means so much to her as someone who had a very close relationship with my grandmother before she passed away. That part of the book and the story just really struck a chord with me. I love the way that Tabitha puts her grandmother as such a top priority for her, visiting her, and I just love it. And I love the conversations that the two of them have. At one point in the book, they have a conversation where Tabitha asks her what it's like to be a white woman. And I just love that conversation. And that's actually where the title comes from, because that's something that her grandmother says. You know, Black girls must die exhausted, meaning just from all of the struggles that they have that white women just don't have a lot of the time. And we see that pop up time and time again throughout the book. Like at one point, there's a point where Tabitha is pulled over by the police, and she is very, very afraid because of everything that's currently happening in the landscape with the Black community and police officers. And her and the police officer have a very meaningful exchange, and I loved how that was handled in the book. It also touches on careers because Tabitha, she works for a TV station, KVTV in Los Angeles, and she's up for a promotion, but one of the white men in the company is also up for that same promotion. So there's that, you know, it takes a look at that, and then, you know, if she doesn't get the promotion, what does that say? But then also, if she does get the promotion, what does that say? And I just thought it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. We also get to meet some of Tabitha's friends. Alexis, who she's known since high school, and then her other friend, Laila, I think I'm saying that right, and the three of them and the relationship and how that works out. It also delves into a lot of touching on different relationships and the ways that they handle them, the way that these women handle them. Like Alexis, she's going through something with her husband that she's been going through for years, and that's touched on in the book. Then also we look at her other friend and the ways that she struggles silently, and that was heartbreaking. I just thought it was a great story that touched on a lot of things that are very important and very topical to right now. And especially as a white woman, it's very interesting getting to read books from different perspectives. I love getting to look through a lens of a life that I don't live and seeing what that experience is like. And I thought this book was great for that. One thing that I also loved about this book, now I'm not going to be giving any spoilers away. I know for some of my book talks, I go from beginning to end touching on all the different points, but for this, I just kind of want to give a more broad review. But one of the things that I really loved about this was the way that it's written, the tone and the voice that the book has. I really loved it a lot because for so much of it, especially at the beginning, it feels like you are sitting down with your best friend and she is telling you about what's going on in her life. There's this casual tone that is very endearing and just very easy to read, and like I said, it just made me feel like I was talking to a friend, and I really loved that. I thought it was well done. Anyway, the book ends on definitely a cliffhanger with a lot of questions unanswered. At the very last moment it raises some, and I can't wait to be able to read the next book in this series and see what is going to happen next for Tabitha with her life and her friends and her family. And I think this is the kind of book that anyone could enjoy if you like hearing life stories and you know, just reading from different perspectives. This is a novel, although I read that Tabitha drew from a lot of her life experience and put it in here, but it's a fiction novel. Anyway, you guys, that's where I'm going to end this for today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below if you've already read this from when it was self-published. Once again, the release date for this is September 28th, so that gives you lots of time to pick it up. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you again real soon. Bye.